On the floor today, still though, trying to encourage you all to create something pretty for your home. Now, this right here behind me, can y'all see this? It's something I got at that antique store that I got several things when it was closing. Okay, so this side was just like that side. It had that little cherub baby or whatever, which reminds me of the Ally McBeal show. Did y'all ever watch that show? It was so quirky but funny. So what we're going to do today, is I'm just going to paint over that glass. Okay, so that's what I did. I just painted over this. And I'm using, no, not sandy blonde, faded burlap. And then I'm going to use the Flora. Okay, I'm going to use the Flora transfer on each side. But today, I'm going to show you how we're just going to paint that, and then I'll just transfer on this one. And I'll start painting on this. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So, let's just put that right there, and I'm going to come over and go ahead and start. Now look, I'm using DIY paint, okay, in the color Faded Burlap. Okay, I just really didn't know what color to use. I just wanted something that I thought would look pretty with these. And of course, any color looks pretty with these. I couldn't think of, any neutral color or even, like a turquoise is pretty with that. But all you do is just make sure the glass is clean. Okay, so let's just get started. I do use a smooth synthetic brush, just because I do want it kind of smooth, and I'm just going to paint it. Just paint it on. This paint covers glass very well. Now, some paints do not, so make sure if you don't have a paint that covers glass, and I'm not going to worry about, getting it over here, although I'm doing pretty good not, because I'm going to paint all that. I just don't know what, I'm pretty sure of white. And it never ends up like I say I'm going to do something usually, because I change my mind mid-stroke, let's say. But this is a nice angled brush, and so I can get like right by the sides. And so I wish I was closer. So to get like where you're kind of not getting paint on there, just take your paintbrush and angle it like this, and then try to get it like perpendicular, and it'll flatten out your brushes. Let me just show you on this side. It'll flatten out your brush to where it's like kind of flat. So I kind of get up there close to the edge like this, and press down on the brush kind of hard and get it perpendicular and come through like that. Up and back like that. Now, you will have to do 2 coats on glass, and it's probably best if your glass is at least clean with alcohol. Let's see, I'm just going to get started on this, and we'll let that dry, and then we'll start the transfer. Since this has already got gold and kind of, I think I may just like it distressed. And I think I'm going to put it over just like a daybed or something. I'll probably keep this. So I'm going to turn my brush, because I'm at the end, and so I want that longer part on the end right there. Okay. All right, so that's 1 coat, and we'll just let that dry. I'm going to put my paintbrush in a baggie. All right, so now I'll just move this down. I do not have this sealed. It's not sealed. And it has 2 coats of that color, but I put the fan on it so it's pretty dry, okay? And I'm just going to try to go for it without sealing it. All right, so this transfer set comes like this, okay? It has 4 pieces and they fit together. All right, you have to fit them together if you want a whole flower. So I'll show you. Okay, so, well, I've already cut into this one. Probably need that little flower for something. The little flowers. What is going on? Usually I can't keep these things in the pack. They just fall right out so easily. All right, so there's one big flower. I'm going to use the 2 biggest things, I think. I think there's 3 flowers, 3 groupings. I will probably just try to put these in the middle. All right, so we'll cut that off. Let's see. Have to see how it goes. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna come down just a little and actually not even use that other part. How about that? All right, I'm just gonna put the whole thing on there and I will add if I have to. Let's just do that. I don't wanna be cutting it up. All right, so you take the backing off. Isn't that pretty, y'all? I love this transfer. All right, and here's to hoping it's gonna stick. I don't want it totally centered. We'll come right over here just a tiny bit. Okay, I have a stick somewhere. Oh, here. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna start getting it on there. Can y'all see that good? All right, I am gonna get a little piece to hold up. Now, you know I always recommend to seal it first, right? So, unless you're really comfortable with your paint, because I can't tell you, you don't have to seal it. I can't say that because I don't know what kind of paint you're using. And even if you're using DIY paint, you know, I don't know if you've got like 5 coats on there and they're not dry, but if they're dry, see, that's coming off really good. Look at that, y'all. Not even hardly spending any pressure on there. As much as I cut these up and rearrange them, I've just learned that it's just not hard to fix something. We're almost there. All right. Make sure this is one more little doohickey. One more. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn this over on the shiny side and just kind of burnish it just a little bit. Now, what this is doing, you just want to make sure it's all laying down nicely, but I'd really like to do it with my hands first. Just kind of feel, because if you're sliding this and you got a loose piece, it's just going to pull up. So I just first do this. Make sure, okay? All right, now, let me just see how to piece this together. All right, I'm trying to see where I want to cut it. Okay, this line right there. Now, if you were doing this like on a big piece of furniture or big something, you know, you just do this whole thing like that, but I can't ever do anything simple. Here we go. So I'm going to put that right there. And you can tell It's kind of like a puzzle. You can tell where it goes. I know that leaf right there goes right there. If you get it just right, you should not even be able to tell. So see how you just stick that right in there. But these transfers do layer. They layer really well over each other. Well, this transfer is just so pretty. It's hard to go wrong with it. I love the colors. I love everything about it. All right, now I gotta, why is this piece being stubborn? All right, now, that looks good. I like that. Now, see this little flop, this leaf right there? Let's just see what that one looks like. Let's see, I want this to be kind of, but look kind of like it goes. Now, I cut this out, these little leaves. Let's see what it looks like there. Ah, yeah, now that looks good. Because I can do it just like that. There we go. We're putting her there. All right. I gotta have something to lift it up. Look at that, y'all. It just looks like it went there, right? So I love it. I love that. Okay. Now, and see, we still have this side. It's drying. Okay, I'm just going to let that dry for just another minute. And I'm going to see if I want to add, I don't know if I want to add letters or not, words. So let me show you guys. And also, a lot of people will put these other little flowers with it, but I usually don't. I do like these script right there. And look, the thing is, you can always come back and add more, right? Kind of like that, like going up there. And so if you're not sure what you want to do, just cut them out and lay them around. So you really could just kind of, but to me that's just a lot. So I got these left over, and I love sometimes just to have the leaves coming down like from here. Just something, a little something extra you can do if you're not sure. I need to touch that up there, I see. Never know. But I love that. I'm loving this. I always like that. Even if I paint a little book or, you know, I always like those leaves just coming down, especially if you have some words or even some, you know, this comes with some of these other flowers, remember? You could have those coming down. Just depends on how they're shaped. But I always save my leaves for something like that. Okay, let's get a little paint on this, and I can always just wet distress it, and we'll see. We'll see how that looks. Now, I will see, when I get all this on there, I will seal it with Big Top, probably, because I like the sheen that Big Top has to it. I do like this color. It just kind of has almost just a hint of a peach to it to me. Okay, I'm just going to take, this is not the brush I wanted to use, but it's okay. I just hope it fits in here. It's a big brush. I just thought I'd do something. Use a big brush while it's so even if even like if you see a picture at the thrift store that you really like the frame, or it's a really good size, and again, like it has an ornate frame, or I just thought this was kind of unique, this whole thing. You can paint it. You can paint right over the glass. I'm just going to pour this out because I can't fit my brush in there. Just wanted to get an idea what this was going to look like. All right, let's see. I'll stop here for you guys so we can see what we got going on. I'm trying to see what it looks like. I'll get a baby wipe and do, it's easier to do a wet distress. It's just cleaner because you don't have all that sanding. Although I like the sanding look better. But let's just see what we get here. And have your water bottle nearby in case it doesn't come off. See that? Can y'all see that? How that just rub right over it and just takes the high part off. Ah, I love that. Ooh, yeah, I love it. I love that. Okay, we'll see. I may need another. This is not a good shirt to wear. Kind of more of a white wash, which I do like that. Okay, so I'm gonna get a paper towel, see what that does. And you probably need to work in sections. If you do it like this, is gonna be harder because it's drying. All right, so on my paper towel here, I just don't want to use all my, I'm going to wet it and see what this does. With my water, spritz it. And you need to keep turning your towel or whatever you're using. If not, you'll just keep rubbing paint back on. So that's not what you want to do. This is doing better than that, actually. Blended. So let's see. Yeah, see, I like this look over here better. I don't know what the difference is quite yet. Unless it's just this rag. Yeah, see how the white is staying down in these little crevices? That's what I want. Like that. Okay. So can y'all see the difference in that? Right here, I like that. And this, see, this is solid. And then, I don't know what's going on up there. Let me see. Maybe I just need to rub some more. Yeah, there we go. This is where you just start playing, and you know, if you're like, oh, well, I like this better, well, then go back and add more white paint up there. And do this. But I think I'm liking that. not that. So see here, there's the difference. You can tell like it was. My camera's all backwards. Like this. Let's see if I can hold it up just a tad. Okay. So yeah, I think that I like that. I just like the frame softened up, and all I have to do is add some white paint to it. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do with this part yet, but I do. It needs something. So what I'll do first is seal this with the big top, and then I like to seal my things first before I use any kind of a glaze. Although you don't have to, they say with paint couture, but I still do. It still is easier to work with. Again, I'm gonna just paint another coat of that. And I'm gonna play with the other transfer. Again, this is the Flora Pericianthus. Can y'all say that? Flora Pericianthus. All right, so this one will be on this side. Okay. So see, that'll be pretty. I think this will be pretty over a day bed, right? Some kind of little day bed that I got to replace the one Nikki took. Let's see, that one's like all the way to the top. So I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, again, we're just gonna scrape it on. If you're not new to transfers, do you have a favorite? Like, what's your favorite? This is really one of my favorites as far as a floral, although now there's so many pretty ones. Now, if it doesn't want to come off, just lay it back down and just, scrub around it a little bit more. Like there was a little piece right there, didn't want to come off. Just kind of lay it back down. It does, I'm going to say, it does usually come off a lot easier when you have sealed it. A lot of times the reason I don't is because I'm on video and I just don't have time. That's the main reason. But if I have time, I will just go ahead and seal it. It's better safe than sorry. Now you can just play. Let's see, you can just cut all these out. Cut off what you don't want. You can also add, there's butterflies, y'all. There's butterflies. There's a lot of things on the entomology transfer, and I may add a sweet little butterfly. Not one that's real colorful, but one that just is kind of subtle. There's lots that are kind of subtle and just kind of blend in. Make sure that's all going on there good. All right. See there? Can you see how that? Love that. So if you're wanting to put it at the top of something, this goes like if you're doing like a book or just a simple little piece of art, just if you would cut it and let it just be on that straight line coming down like that, it looks really good like that. But I'm going to cut all my leaves out, so that's what I do. I'll cut everything I think I might want to use. So I've cut up this leaf. I've cut these like this because I'm thinking actually that would look good over here, right? It's bigger leaves. It'll go right on top of that one that's right there. So that's a probability. So, I don't know if you can see this. I started using the Gilded Etiquettes. Okay, just some little script. Okay, so can you see this? I don't know if you can even see good what I've done. It's pretty subtle until the light hits it because look at all that gold. Let me see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get it all in the light. There we go. Anyway, I've put a little bit of the gold in the background. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish the whitewash. I don't know why I stopped on that part. So again, I'm using the Gilded Etiquette's transfers, and it's just pieces, and I've cut them up, of course, to see what this, and I've just kind of cut some stuff up. A lot of it, I just cut the words out of these little designs, because that, to me, was just a little too much. But on this one, I am going to leave the little design around it, so let's just see how that does. Okay, and it's pretty similar to your other transfers. So I'm just going to stick that right there. Okay, I've got my little stick here. They all come with a stick. See, here's some more of them. Those are pretty big little pieces. And then here's a look. So that could have gone right if you have like a you know, if you buy some kind of art and, you know, behind glass, you know, you could actually just put that. I think this is like a 6x8. Maybe it may be 8x10 actually. But anyway, so there's different pieces. So let's see how this one does. Let me take my shoes off. All right, so for these, I do these a little bit differently than the other transfers. I'm not sure why, maybe because they're just smaller. But I just kind of use my thing like a pencil and just kind of go right over the outline. I mean, right over the, you know, design. And it looks like you're kind of tearing it up, but you're not. And the little letters, you know, they're a little bit harder. Not harder, but you gotta make sure you get them. Go over them. All right. So then I will take another little piece of backing or something, and then I'll, you know, try to lift it up slowly, because a lot of times you don't have it all. See, look, I don't know if y'all can see, but I don't have all of that little circle part on there. So I laid it back down, and like I could see this little stuff right here wasn't coming off. Try it again. So I'm going to lift it up under here like this. Slowly pull it back, and I can still see there's just a little bit. And what it also does, it kind of has some like loose gold, which I don't mind. So don't pull it all the way off until, you know, you get it like you like it. I'll just kind of keep going around. That looks good. Hold it up so you can see that. Good? Love it. And so, and this little piece was just off of one of the, you know, bigger pieces. I just cut the bottom off of it. Make sure it's all laying down like that. All right. And so I'm just going to keep going. I just kind of want something right here and right down, and, you know, we'll see. This other one, y'all, went a little crazy. I added a bunch. But since I've got two like images, I think now I just want words. So it's kind of cool. I just cut around. Oops, this little piece. Can't tell. Can you see? See, it's just script. I kind of need something coming down, maybe vertical. I'm gonna try to stick to what I did over there and put like got any kind of, format going on. Tell you what, this is not comfy sitting down here on the hard floor. Now, let me just show y'all this. I don't have a light showing us the light in the ceiling. That's it. I could add one more little thing, but I think that's enough. I went a little crazy. But I love it. I love it. To put a finish over the gold, I'm not sure if I'm even going to do that, but if I do, I'm going to just use clear wax because some top coats have been making the gold a little, making it lose its luster a little bit. So I don't want to do that because that's what I love about,